great set of tunes. Great way to start off tonight. And thank you for having us here.
Thanks for coming. It's great.
Kimberley, Fraser, Aaron Lewis, and I'm Rodney McDonald. I'm president of Colors in the Gaelic. Falcha, welcome to everybody, and a few folks here too. Some of the neighbors dropped by, which is great. We're some of the tunes, and we're continuing our series of our online series for January, February, March. I want to welcome everybody online who's joining us, and this is one of the best parts of my job. I get to come to a house and hear tunes, and we thank you for having us here, and some great jigs. And I know this is a house that's heard a lot of tunes over the years.
That's right.
Pretty special place.
That's right.
Do you want to say anything about the house maybe before we start?
Sure. So we just bought this house. We moved to Sydney about a year and a half ago, I guess.
Yep.
A year ago, last summer. And after we had the process started, we found out it was Joe McLean's house. And of course he was the fiddler from Washabuck.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Of course there was lots of tunes that were had in this house, and Joe of course was well known for as a collector of books. He was a very important source for music, and a lot of fiddlers would drop by. I understand that he would have handwritten a lot of copies of tunes for people.
Yep.
So I think there was a lot of visitors here, a lot of tunes exchanged for sure. So it was really neat to kind of fall into this place. It wasn't planned like that, that's for sure. So.
I think that now that you say that, I think I remember looking at some of my grandfather's old music and seeing, something from himself.
Yeah, I think he would have had every book, going back to the Gauss, going back to 1700. And I think that there was even correspondence with Hector McAndrew from Scotland. So he was really an important source for tunes, and a lot of visits here, and so generous with his knowledge.
Well, I'm sure the family is over the moon to know that both of you are in the house and there's music keeping on, and knowing that it's here tonight.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. And
maybe he's here with us tonight.
Maybe so. in spirit for sure. And so just before we get back to it, so Aaron, you grew up in Whitney Pier.
I did, yeah.
Whitney Pier, and Kimberley, you're Sydney Mountains.
Sydney Mountains, yeah.
And we're on Alexandra Street.
Alexandra Street.
Here in Sydney. So
this used to be 49 and a half. The neighbors would know that.
45 and a half.
45 and a half.
Okay.
Alexandra
When
Street.
they moved in, they gave it an extra fullness.
It's
now it's 49.
Yeah. Well, we won't go half speed. We'll go full speed on this. I'll turn it back over to you, and we'll have some questions through the night. And again, welcome to everybody, and thanks for having us.
Well, thanks for coming. It's great. You gonna do a song here?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's do.
It's a Whitney Pier. That's what they call it.
Let's do a little Wild Mountain Time.
I'll switch back here.
Oh, the summertime is coming, and the trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ye go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the bloom. lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go, lassie, go, Kimberley? If my true love, she were gone, I would surely find another where wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go, lassie, go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will he go, lassie, go? Will he go, lassie, go? Will he go,
You've played that once or twice. That's great.
The first time I ever met you, actually, was when I heard his version of that song.
Oh.
I mean, we're like a long time ago, like 20 years ago, I suppose now. But anyway, it's kind of caught my ears. That's for sure. His version of that too. It's really
Yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And there you have it. And this is being shown now. It's Valentine's Day.
That's right.
It's being shown. So there you have it. The rest is history. I don't want to do too much talking because I want to hear lots of tunes, but I wanted to ask you one question before we get to the next set of tunes, just about the Carlton Show Band.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I know you spent a lot of years touring around the world and around Atlantic Canada and well beyond.
Yeah.
But is there anything that stands out in your mind from a certain trip or a concert or anything or just something generally?
It's a loaded question.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
special?
gonna write a book,
He has a list.
but I gotta wait for a few guys to die first. But no, there's a bunch of stories that I do have. But one in particular that I'll mention is we used to play Newfoundland a lot.
Yes.
And we do 12 shows in a row at the Arts and Culture Center in St. John's, and we'd sell out 12 nights there. So the group was a pretty big deal over there. So at the time, Clyde Wells was the premier,
Yes.
and they made us honorary citizens of Newfoundland, and I didn't have to kiss a cod.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the highlights is to be
That's awesome.
officially have an official.
Yeah. That's quite a recognition.
Yeah. That doesn't happen too often, from
No.
what I understand. So as you would know,
Yeah.
did you ever make someone?
No, we kicked a few people out. So
So anyways, that's one pretty cool thing that I.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great story. Well, I'll hand it back over to you for some more tunes.
Just think we were talking about Joe there a little while ago,
Yeah.
and I'm still learning a lot of the repertoire that he played. But I know that he played Donald McLean's Farewell to Oban
Yes.
quite a lot. He was known for that, and it's actually one of my favorite tunes in general. So maybe we'll play that March, and then I don't know, I'll throw you some things and we'll see.
Okay, that's one we found.
Yeah. Funny with couples, we play together, but we don't often practice together a lot. So
We're doing it right now.
we're practicing right now. Here you go.
Well, I couldn't help but hear some tunes from around home, from
Of
the
course,
western
yeah.
side. And
That's right.
a little
Yeah.
bit of Denair there, and
Yeah.
we had Lime Hill. Was it?
Lime Hill. It's hard to play a group of tunes without a dinner tune.
Yeah, I know. Eh? And then you had Trip to Windsor.
Yeah, St. Kilda's, which is almost.
St. Kilda, sorry.
It starts the same.
Yeah, yeah, sorry.
It's almost the
That's right,
same
St.
tune.
Kilda's. And
Almost the
then,
same tune.
was it Sandy
Sandy
McIntyre's?
Yep,
Sandy Cameron's?
Sandy Cameron's.
Yeah.
The Sandys, yeah.
Sandy
Cameron's.
Cameron's, and then Sandy McIntyre's Trip to Boston by
Yeah.
John Campbell,
Yep, that's right.
Lenore Falls. Yeah, yeah,
And oh yeah, that was the last one.
yeah. Nice,
Yeah,
beautiful.
you're
stuff.
good.
And the first tune is like the Donald McLean's Farewell to Old.
Yeah, it's such a great
It's a
tune.
very nice tune.
It's a really great
very
match.
nice
Yeah,
tune.
I played it twice because it's hard to play through it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you today, like just before coming up, and I was thinking about your growing up in Sydney Mines, and I know like, and I know you headed off to Gaelic College, and you obviously took lessons close to home. So
Yeah.
just so folks have an idea, like who started with you? Were you in Sydney Mines? Was it one of the McNeils? Was it
Yeah, of
somebody
course.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my sister was a step dancer.
Okay.
Well, she is a step dancer. She doesn't dance a lot right now, but so she was taking lessons with Jean McNeil.
Of course,
right. And I was taken a lot to her dance recitals, and so Jean used to have her recitals a lot of the time at the school in Sydney Mines, the junior high school, big in the gym, and it would be packed. Jean had a lot of students, like she had so many students. So I have early memories of that, and my sister started teaching me a few steps when I was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I actually, she did a solo once at the recital, and I interrupted her by running up on the stage and dancing
And wanted
with
to
her.
dance with it.
Yeah.
Your first public appearance.
Yeah, that was my first public appearance. So I heard a lot of music. So she was a step dancer. My grandfather played the fiddle too, but I didn't really hear him play. He kind of stopped playing before I was born. But he was a very...
Is that on the Fraser side?
my mom, no, the Livingston side. My mom was a Livingston.
Okay.
So her father, he dabbled with a few instruments, but he was very musical, and his family was very musical. And on my dad's side, the family, again, it wasn't in the immediate family, but generations back, there was stories of fiddlers and step dancers.
Yeah.
And my grandmother's family, my grandmother was a McNeil, so she was, I think her family was from Long Island, Christmas Island area. And her mother was not a Gaelic speaker, but she understood it. So her parents were Gaelic speakers. So my grandmother's grandparents. So there's definitely lots of music there, and I grew up hearing a lot, especially being from Sydney Mines. The Barry McNeils were
A lot of music in Sydney Mines.
So the Barry McNeils are of course from there. Leanne and Brenda Coyne were around.
Yes, of course.
And of course Bruce Guthrow. So Brenda Stubbart wasn't very far away. Jerry Holland lived in North Sydney.
A lot of great music.
There was a lot
Close
of
by.
great music close by, and there was a lot of, at the time, a lot of parish concerts for the church. And Jean McNeil was a big part of that. She always used to have fundraisers for the St. Vincent de Paul Society. And so there's a lot of music around. And and then of course the
So
Gaelic
you went from
College.
step dancing
To fiddle. I studied fiddle with Kyle.
With who?
With Kyle.
With Kyle McNeil.
Yep.
Okay.
And I studied piano first at the Gaelic College though,
Okay.
with Ryan. So so the
With
McNeils-
Ryan?
Yeah, with
Oh.
Ryan McNeil.
So you had a McNeil that's kind of influenced your dancing.
Yep.
Jean, McNeil, Kyle that influenced your fiddling, and a McNeil that influenced your piano.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, really, I exclusively listened to the Barry McNeils till I was probably about 12.
Yeah. Understandably.
So
Understandably.
absolutely.
Yeah. And we're very proud of the fact that you're one of the alumni, if you will, of the Gaelic College.
Yeah,
As summer students and picking up instruments and.
Well, I often think about how important it was. Really, I would have started going there you guys used to have fall and spring classes on Saturdays, And that's how I started. I was about 10, going to those, and then of course the summer school and the March break. But it was really important.
Yeah.
And when I think back on that, I think about the classes with Sandy McIntyre. And
Yes.
the book that he used to bring every
Yeah,
summer.
that white book.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's such a treasure for everybody now.
It
It's
is.
such a great compilation of repertoire. And I honestly, you know, when I think back on it, I don't know, like his teaching and just the atmosphere and the environment that everybody was in. You're with kids that are loving the same thing that you were. And even though there was a lot of music in Sydney Mines, there wasn't a lot of fiddle music in the school that I was in, and I didn't always feel like I was the coolest person for playing the fiddle, but I felt very cool at the Gaelic College. So
Yeah, there seems
That
to
was
be,
really
there's-
important.
there is an instant connection.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
find for kids,
Yeah.
they see other kids doing
Yeah.
the same things.
Yeah.
It fosters an environment.
Oh, absolutely. So important.
Well, leading to that, I'm going to go just say one thing to the folks online, and so that's a good segue to if you are so able, we would appreciate any sort of donation to the Ceilidhs and to the college. It makes a difference. All the dollars will go to help youth programs at the college, and it also helps us keep our Ceilidhs going, so that we can get into the homes of people that don't get a chance to come out to Ceilidhs, some outside of Nova Scotia, some senior citizens and others. And so thank you very much for those who have donated in the past, and we appreciate any donations that you'll make. And we have March break coming up just in a little over a month's time, and there's lots of young people signed up already, and we hope that there's more. So if you're interested, take a look at our website, and you can learn how to play the fiddle or the piano or step dance like Kimberley Fraser, or the piano like Aaron Lewis. So with that, I'll hand it back to you both.
You want to do a song?
Sure. Since it'll be Valentine's Day, maybe Tennessee Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, that's
See?
that's the one you want me to do, right? Tennessee Waltz?
Yeah, we were talking about it, and now I'm thinking, do I remember it? But yeah, we'll go for it.
I was waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz, when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced him to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember
And that's your Valentine's Day gift right there. All done.
Can we share that gift too? Can I give that to Florence? It's yours too, Florence.
Actually, Kimberley, while Sheldon's here, you should play his favorite tune for him.
Oh, Aberdeen.
Listen, if you can find that in your heart, I would really appreciate it. That is probably I've got family living in the U.S., so every now and again I'll send them this song to say you need to take a moment, have a Cape Breton experience, and listen to this song. It will make you homesick. And this song, it just touches me. I don't know, like no other fiddle song. Yeah. But this is the one I said. I said, Tune, sorry. Tune. What do I know? I'm just a Jew. I don't know nothing.
Actually,
True story.
I learned
Sounds
this
perfect.
tune from Sandy McIntyre.
From Sandy
So
McIntyre.
this was in the book.
Nice.
The book.
Yeah. I have the book home on the piano.
One of the versions
Yeah.
of the book, so one of the later versions that he would have brought down. So it was written by Fran Gray from Orkney, and I was at the Orkney Folk Festival a long time ago, probably close to 20 years ago now, and I had just put out the album, Falling on New Ground, that the tune was recorded on, and
Is that in 06 or 2000?
06, yeah, so we're going back a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I met this lady came up to me after one of the concerts, and she said, I just happened to pick up your CD, and I flipped it around the back, and I was wondering if that was my tune that was on the back of it.
Oh, wow.
And anyway, so she bought it
And
to
where were
take
you
it
at
home
again?
in Orkney.
You were in Orkney.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Fran Gray was the composer, and anyway, so she took it home and opened it and played it. That's my tune. And so she told me the story that how she composed it. So it's an air, and she was sick in the hospital in Aberdeen, and this was a tune that she composed as a thank you to the healthcare workers that helped her out, and she used the letters in the name, so A, B, E. There's no R in the musical alphabet. D, E, E, and there's no N. So she used the letters in Aberdeen to compose the first phrase of the tune, which I thought was really cool. But it was really neat to kind of randomly meet her there. And
the name of the tune is?
Aberdeen.
Aberdeen.
Yeah. So,
Beautiful.
yeah.
figured out the thing about that song. It exists in both realms, the physical and the divine. It's just a wonderful piece of music. It just speaks into my spirit. It really does. Powerful song. Powerful melody.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. There's a lot of emotion in it. And,
Yeah.
you can hear it.
Yeah,
So obviously, where she wrote it in the hospital and
That's
everything,
right.
it's all.
yeah.
And it is amazing when people hear the background of stories, the tunes.
What a way to compose the tune, like to
Yeah.
take the letters and the name of the city
It's amazing.
and build a tune.
Build the
from
tune
that,
on it.
right?
Yeah,
Really cool.
That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's just gorgeous stuff.
Sandy McIntyre.
Yeah,
Can't
Sandy he was special, and Sandy before his passing, we actually made him an honorary board governor for the college,
Oh, yeah.
and he was well deserving of it because he
Absolutely.
had given so much to the college in
Yeah.
so many ways, and
He loved to teach.
he did.
He really loved,
loved
passing it on.
young people.
He did. It was always had a joke or a pun. Actually, he taught me my only joke.
Yeah.
Why do seagulls fly over the sea?
Why?
Because if they flew over the bay, they'd be a
Bagel.
bagel.
Keep playing the fiddle, Kimberley.
Yeah, I do recall at lunchtime we'd be sitting there and as instructors, and he'd just one after another.
Oh, he
And
was
he
so
had the
quick.
gift. He had the gift with him.
He
Yeah,
did.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter if you met him on the street or where you met him. He was
He's
full
still.
of them. Yeah. Never let up.
I'm going to go back to you, Aaron, for another question, if that's all right.
Sure. Yeah.
Whitney Pier.
Yes.
So you grew up in Whitney Pier.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you start? I don't think you started on one of these pianos,
Definitely not. No.
which is a beautiful piano, by the way.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
Oh,
piano.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Gorgeous. And so, how did you start?
Well, I started off as a drummer.
Okay.
Originally, when I was just a kid, and my dad got me my first drum kit, and the whole story. Actually, he got a drum kit and a baby barn to put it in at the same time. But I quickly became interested in the piano, and luckily, my dad had what they call the Yamaha CP70 that he had acquired when he was living in Toronto, and it belonged to Ronnie Millsap.
Oh wow.
So
Really?
I got to. Oh, you did? Yeah, you didn't know the story. So I learned to play on that piano.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, which is cool. So
Cool.
and, from there,
Did you just learn on your own then, or
I did.
someone
Yeah,
help us?
I never took a lesson in my life. Yeah, just self-taught, and
Imagine.
Wow.
I had no friends for about 2 years, and
Yeah.
locked myself in my room.
A big change, like a big difference now. You could watch YouTube videos and all that sort of stuff, but then.
Yeah, there was none of
You
that.
just had to pick
It
away
was
at
just putting on a cassette tape, and trying to figure it out on my own. And
Wow.
so for the first few years, I didn't even know what chord I was playing.
Any other instruments you play? Do you play drums,
I
piano?
played drums, piano, bass guitar.
Yeah,
Uh,
of course.
Acoustic
guitar.
guitar.
Yeah, guitar,
Acoustic
of course. Pedal steel guitar,
Yeah.
dobro.
And you didn't start fiddling yet with.
That's the only thing he doesn't play.
Are you
He
kidding?
can play rubber dolly.
I could play rubber dolly. Pick up a fiddle with her around. I don't think so. I mean, that's not happening. Yeah. There's only room enough for one fiddle.
Only for one fiddler.
You played with Shelley Campbell. You played a great. You played a rubber dolly with her.
I did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was when we were teaching.
That too. Yeah,
phase,
for the
right?
for the phase.
The banjo too. You picked up, Aaron, there for a while.
I had to learn 5-string banjo for a show.
Oh, nice.
We couldn't get a 5-string banjo player, so I rented a 5-string banjo a month before the show and learned how to play.
Do you remember your first performance, like where you were at, or?
I do actually. My first performance, of course, back when I was growing up, they used to have these variety shows all the time, so in like the halls and stuff. So it was at Brookshaven Hall, and Tracy Dares was there.
Oh, neat.
Tracy and I went to school together, and Lee Cremo was there as well. And so I remember all the people that were there. I think Angelo Spinazzola was there, part of that show, and it was one of the first times I actually
Was that on
sang or played in public.
Was that piano or singing, or was that
piano and
piano
singing?
singing?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and I was scared to death.
a lot of great talent on that stage.
Yeah, for sure.
There's lots of music in your school, right? You went to Riverview?
Yeah, I went to Riverview, and we would
Lots
have
of music.
variety shows twice a year there. And my graduating year was like Gordy Sampson and myself and Angelo and Carlos Spinazzola and Tracy Dares as well. And
You were surrounded.
it was endless amount
Yeah.
of music around us. Just scratching the surface. There was all kinds of musicians.
That's important though. It fosters it, and
It makes a big
as we
difference.
mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, those variety shows were really great for, it forced us young folks to go and practice because we didn't want to embarrass ourselves in front of, our peers and the crowd and stuff. So, and you put bands together then and whatnot. So music was really, there was a lot of music then because of that reason.
Well, some of the names you mentioned, I'll just, a little plug for the college, because we have CBFM, our radio station, and Ryan McDonald, who's our manager, is doing the live streaming here tonight. And but you can hear Cape Breton music 24 hours a day, and different genres, Cape Breton music.
Mm-hmm.
So we were driving up here today, and I was listening to yourself play, and but I could easily, the next selection could have been something with Tracy, or Gordy, or any of the above mentioned that you mentioned. So it's you were surrounded by talent.
Oh yeah.
So you think we could maybe get one more, and then
Sure.
maybe we'll do a little blast towards
That'd be
the end
great.
or something.
Yeah, totally.
And yeah.
What about Faded Love?
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of our staple.
Sure.
Yeah.
We stole it from Howie.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah.
He took it. Where did he learn it from? Did he say?
Bob Wills, I think.
Bob Wells. Yeah. So with the Live and Lively records.
Yes.
It's a great album for children. So
We had a Howie McDonald appreciation night one night. And
we have lots of Howie.
That would be fun.
A whole night of Howie
appreciation
McDonald, and then we'd call him and say, "Where does Howie McDonald appreciation
Yeah.
night?"
Howard's probably watching right now, and he's making comments saying yes. So if you're there, Howie, we're talking about you.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do a tribute to Howie.
Yeah.
Three, two.
Thank
there's something upbeat about that.
Yeah.
Dances and things like that
Yeah,
too.
it's a nice little two-step.
That's great.
Yeah,
great.
it's good. Howie has such a great, diverse repertoire.
Yeah.
You know, brings in things. There's always those types of people that bring in tunes to the repertoire from other sources, and he was definitely one of them. That's really
Definitely
a staple, right? And,
Yeah.
You know, I think it is anyway, but it's because
For
of
sure.
him. Like I would never know of that tune only for Howie.
Exactly. Yeah, none of us would.
No, I didn't really listen. I really didn't listen to a lot of country music really until I met Aaron. But yeah, there's lots of fiddlers that are able to bring in those other types of tunes.
Special tunes.
Yeah.
And a great composer too.
Yeah.
In
Oh
his own
gosh,
right
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just before we go to our last kind of number, I'm going to grab my fiddle
Yeah.
too, and I'll join you for
gonna
maybe a
say.
few reels with you or something.
Yeah.
And
Maybe step. There's room on these. Well, kind of.
yeah.
You dance on the coffee table.
I want to see Ryan give us a step.
All summer long.
No can do with the crutches.
So we're coming towards the end. I want to thank you again for allowing us to come into your home.
Well, thanks for
And-
coming. It's great to bring in some.
Yeah, and,
folks
your
yeah,
neighbors
really.
and such, and great to have everybody. And
Yeah.
and this is the whole idea. We want to be able to get away from the college for a few months and just see folks and talk to folks and bring home to everybody else. And yeah, we appreciate it very much.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Great to.
And the story about the house, is extra special. And it was funny, we were talking before we started and talking about how when the windows would be open and people would be hearing tunes outside.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of my mother's house, Dolly, the Beatons,
Yeah, of course.
behind the red shoe, and the windows would be open and the neighbors would be talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's all about at the end of the day, just the love of music, and able to perform it. It's just a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
I did forget to mention, because we talked a little bit about the Gaelic College, but I do want to mention the NSCC
Great.
as well,
Yeah.
and you're instrumental in the program there, and you're getting ready for your new campus in
That's right.
September.
Yeah.
So any potential students out there, if you want a great music program, you can come to the Gaelic College, and if you can't come to the Gaelic College, no, it's a great program. No, it's a wonderful program, and I had the chance to go into your class
That's right,
at one
yeah.
point and talk to the students. And
We did a Ceilidh there last
we
year
did,
too.
yeah, that's
Right, we did one of
We
these ones in
Ceilidh
the
there. That's
Kimberley,
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And there's such a talented group there.
Yeah.
And so I encourage any potential students to really look at the program and reach out to the NSCC.
Yeah.
Take a look at the website, I guess.
Yeah, there's lots of different pathways that you can take with that program. There's articulation agreements with the Gaelic College and
Exactly.
CBU and St. Francis Xavier and Dalhousie. So there's lots of, it's a pretty diverse type of a program meant for people who are serious about taking or making a career in the music industry, various whatever path you want to take, and there's lots of different aspects to that. There's the performing aspect, but there's so many other
There's
hats that
the
somebody
business-
can
the
wear. The
business
business
aspect.
part of it, the technology
Yeah.
side of it. We have students that have graduated that have gone more into the business end of things, that have gone into the more tech side of things. It's
Yeah, one of them
some
just
are
won
doing
a
sound.
Music
Yeah.
Nova Scotia award,
That's
right?
right. Yeah. Nick McDonald
Yeah.
won a Music Nova Scotia award. There's graduates that are doing work in live sound now. Steve McIntyre was a graduate
Yes.
too, so he.
Steve's doing some great things. He has
Yeah.
some shows happening in Port Hawkesbury, I see.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's meant to give you a diverse skill set
Skill set.
to help you help you prepare for all those hats
For a
that
career.
somebody
Yeah,
would
whatever
have to
it might be.
wear, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you take a look at
Yeah. nscc.ca.
nscc.ca. Yeah, and no, great program and exciting to be going into the new building.
That's right.
as well.
Yeah, just I can see it from my
Yeah.
bathroom window. Campus is
exciting.
down there. Yeah, so it's a
Yeah.
big project and definitely going to be a game changer for the downtown. for
Definitely.
sure. So
Wonderful
looking
thing.
forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Sydney's doing great and lots of great things happening in CVRM throughout the regional municipality here. And so we'll get to our last blast, I guess.
Yeah. grab your
So I'm
fiddle
going to
there.
grab my fiddle. Take me a second.
That's right.
Now my leg fell asleep. Forgot about a chair.
Oh, here.
I'll just sit right here.
Yeah.
Is this easy, Ryan? Am I in your way?
No, it's good.
Can I sit on the arm of your chair?
Yes.
Yeah?
Cats have it all.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just sit like this. Probably the best way.
Yeah, I can grab you, chair. Do you want the stool? Do you want the piano stool? Here.
That's all
Take
right.
this one, I think this,
No, that's. I'll.
Grab that chair.
You know what? I'll grab.
We got a bench.
I'll grab this chair.
Just hang out there.
No problem.
I'll get that work.
Will you get that?
This is not under my contract, by the way. I just want you to know that. Where do you want to go?
Yeah, that's
Want to go under?
Yeah.
That's
All right.
not even there. Here.
That's all right. That's well. It's only that. Am I? Ryan said okay.
Here, yeah, you're perfect.
All right.
Mirror.
No problem. And yeah, they get the mirror image, lefty and
Right,
righty.
Yes. No one notices I'm left-handed until I get with the right-handed person.
Well, I think I was on Mary Janet's show one Sunday, and I think it was there must be setting on the camera, and I'm playing left-handed the whole
Oh, that's
time.
all flip. Yeah.
Afterwards, I was watching and I'm playing left-handed.
Do you want to do Getting Dark again? And then we'll play some tunes after that.
Tunes, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, if you want.
Yeah. So.
So next week, actually, before we start next week, I think we're going to be out around the Mire. I think we're going to have Dara McDonald
Oh,
and
nice.
Adam Young. I think that's where
I
we're going
just
to be.
said
So,
that to you before you came in
Yeah.
the door. I said you guys should go to Adam Young's house.
yeah. So next week, watch for Dara and Adam.
That's great.
Yeah, Dara McDonald, Adam Young.
That's excellent.
And so thanks again for joining in. And we'll again, if you're able to make a donation to the college, for our Kayleys, we would greatly appreciate it. The March break session's coming up. Sign up, gaeliccollege.edu. Tune in to CBFM, and you'll hear 24 hours a day of music. And it's also played on Ceilidh, on the TV station there, if you don't have a computer. And lots happening at the college this year and this summer, including Kitchen Fest. And we're just reaching out to all the musicians, just starting now, and we'll be reaching out to these folks here very soon. And we have a big concert planned as part of Kitchen Fest 2 on site at the Gaelic College. So watch out for that. There'll be more information in the next week or two coming out about that. Yeah,
That's exciting.
it's gonna be a great bash.
Good.
Driver.
Yeah.